Keanu Reeves is back with the fourth iteration of the John Wick series. But is it worth your time? Is it worth the effort? We'll find out right here today on In Crowd Network. Let's do it. John Wick 4 is the fourth iteration of the series, and it is clear that they came for blood this time. This one is bigger, it's badder, it's more violent, it is beautiful. It is everything that you could possibly think of when it comes to explaining an action-oriented movie like the John Wick movies. And if you've seen the previous movies, you're going to love everything that this movie has to offer because it takes the formula of the previous movies and it just makes it better. It amplifies it. It blows it up in every way possible. This is one of the most beautiful looking movies that I have ever been witness to. The colors, the set pieces, the locations. This thing goes from New York to Japan to Paris, just all over. And it is absolutely mind-blowing how beautiful the scenes are. It is just tear-jerking to see what they have done with this. They have used everything in camera technology that is available to make sure that this movie looks its absolute best. The set pieces, as I've mentioned, the costumes, everything extremely well done. I just could not believe it. The fight scenes are better than any previous John Wick movie. They are longer. They're more violent. They include more weapons. Keanu Reeves is at his absolute best here. All of the new introduced characters like the Tracker, and we have Donnie Yen playing a former friend of John Wick who has turned foe. Everything that is being done here has been done extremely well. The sequences, there is a sequence that takes place in Paris. Absolutely beautiful, lengthy, well done. A ton of people had to be hurt during this actual sequence. There's just no way. My favorite of them all has to be the sequence that is shot overhead as John stumbles his way into a building and he's just moving from room to room with a shotgun, just destroying everyone that comes along. So there is nothing that you're going to walk into this movie expecting that you're not going to be delivered. And we know the story of John Wick. He is on the run from the high table, and the high table still wants him. The bounty is bigger, and this time they have a bunch of allies from various parts of the world that have come together to try to get John Wick out of here. But do they accomplish their task? That's why you'll have to go to the film. This movie has everything that an action fan could possibly want. If you're one of those individuals that's looking for a deeper storyline, this is not the place. Don't get me wrong, the first John Wick movie had a bit more depth, but it seems like they have kind of veered away from too much depth with the story and moved more into an action-oriented film. Don't get me wrong, there is actually some story elements here. There's some backstory that takes place between Donnie Yen's character and Keanu Reeves' character, so you'll have to pretty much watch to get what's going on there. We have a new introduced character, the Tracker, who has a bit of a backstory as well, but we don't get too much about him. We just know that he's there for a very specific reason, and you'll have to watch the film to be able to figure that out. But man, oh man, the action. There is a scene inside of a club where after a game, things go awry and there just turns into violence and complete action. And the club goers are in the club. They're dancing. There's rainfall. John Wick is just going insane with the guns. And there is nothing that I can say about this movie that is going to do it justice in terms of the way that it was filmed and the sound design. Absolutely mind-blowing. So this is what I'm going to say here. This movie gets a rating of a 7 from me. However, whether or not you choose to see this movie in theaters is going to very much depend on the kind of movie viewer you are. If you're someone who likes edge of your seat, thrill ride, action oriented, roller coasters, this is the movie to go to a theater and watch. And if you can swing for the IMAX experience, I 100% recommend catching it in IMAX, because this movie takes advantage of every single technological advancement there has been in sound and visual design. I am not in any way trying to overblow that statement when I say that. You will see, if you go enjoy this in IMAX, you will 100% be given what you came there for. Now, if you're not the biggest action fan, you like action movies, but you're more into the story, then I think that this movie would work at home. If you have a decent home theater setup, you can still enjoy this movie. But if you want the full experience, get out there and catch it in IMAX. So that's how I'm going to come to the conclusion with this. I'm giving this movie a 7. I say go to the theaters if you're an action fan. I say check it out at home if you're not that much of an action fan. But I would like to know what you guys think. Do you guys think my assessment of the movie was accurate or inaccurate? Please go ahead, drop a comment below. We try to interact with every comment that we get. Also, please leave a like on the video so that we can continue to spread all of our content along YouTube with that algorithm. And if you enjoy what we do here at InCrowd, go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, because we got content constantly coming in your direction. In any case, I am Aaron. This is InCrowd Network, and this was our review of John Wick 4. We are out of here. Peace.